Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back to the LTG Wrestling Podcast. How about tonight's Smackdown? Some important things went on. A U.S. Women's Championship, a Women's United States Championship was announced. I think it's very much needed for the women's division. A lot of women are kind of just doing whatever right now, not really involved in any main stories or feuds or rivalries. And I think this gives some of them an opportunity to be involved in a women's championship, not a main one, but a mid-card championship. And there's no problem with that. So it's awesome to see them doing a tournament for that. And then we saw Kevin Owens hit a pile driver on Randy Orton. Did not expect that at all. And I wish one day they would let Kevin Owens do the package pile driver. I know it's not going to happen. This is probably a one-time thing. But, man, seeing KO do a pile driver was insane. Really enjoyed that segment. And then let's talk about the Bloodline. They had two segments, or really three segments on this show. They start off with Jimmy and Reigns. They come out, and before they even get a chance to speak, Jey Uso's music hits. And he comes out and he says, I think we have a misunderstanding here, Us. I have somebody who wants to talk to you. And out comes Sami Zayn. And Sami Zayn talks about how at Crown Jewel he only helped because of Jey, and he didn't mean to hit Roman Reigns with that kick. It was all an accident. And he's talking about the four of us back together. It just felt electric. Whether we all want to admit it or not, it felt good to be back, all four of us in the same ring. And, he talks about how the good old days of him and Jimmy doing the handshake and Jey being pretty much a buzzkill and Reigns being the head of the table, and they were dominating WWE and Paul Heyman and everything. And he says, Reigns, I think you love me. And Reigns looks like, huh? And Sami, talks about how we need to be on the same page and how we need to take care of business. And he says, but at first, I need an apology. And Reigns goes, you want me to apologize to you? And he says, not to me. You need to apologize to Jey. And Reigns gets the microphone. He says, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for you wasting my time with this. And he looks at Sam and he goes, that's not our family. That's not our blood. He's not a member of the Bloodline, the original. He's just a guy. And, that was the end of that. And he says, this ain't about Sammy. This is about Solo. And he yells Solo. And Jacob Fatu pops up on the screen and cuts a very good promo talking about how Solo don't answer to nobody. Solo's going to show up when he feels like, and he acknowledges Solo Sikoa as his tribal chief. I thought Jacob Fatu did a heck of a promo right here. I think he's going to be an absolute star eventually when he breaks away from Solo. But right now they have booked Jacob Fatu like a beast. I think it's been booked perfectly. That's the end of the first segment. They show a segment backstage. Jey says, listen, man, you shouldn't have just heard Sammy out. And Reigns goes, if you like him so much, why don't you go look for him? And he goes, that's one strike. You talk to me like that again, and I'm out. And even Jimmy looks upset, Jimmy looks like, man, you got to get going here, Roos. You got to get everybody on the same page. And Reigns looks like he has a huge ego, which he does. He wants to be in charge. He wants to run the show. He wants to be the tribal chief, the head of the table. Everybody answer to him. And without his wise man there, he can't get under control. So Reigns looks around like, well, maybe I need to get everybody on the same page and put my ego at the door. So we head to the main event segment. Solo's having an acknowledgement, tribal chief ceremony type thing, and he comes out and he tells the crowd to acknowledge him, and out comes Roman Reigns. He says, I appreciate you coming out here. And before I get them to acknowledge me, I need you to acknowledge me as the undisputed tribal chief. And Reigns challenges him to a one-on-one match, and Solo laughs at him. Pretty much a one-on-one winner becomes the only tribal chief. And Solo goes, what? You don't even have a tribe right now. You're challenging me? He said, why don't you go find four others in that locker room and come back out here and challenge us? And Reigns, and I don't know if this is a botch by Solo or if they kind of, winged it here, but Reigns goes, there's only four of you. And he goes, 1, 2, 3. And Solo goes, 1, 2, 3, 4. And our fifth member, Sami Zayn. And Reigns looks shocked. And Sami Zayn comes out, stands on the stage, and they start beating up Roman Reigns, beating him down. And out comes the Usos. They try to help. They take Tama Tonga and Tungalo outside the ring. They deliver some super kicks. Jacob Fatu super kicks both of them. It looks like Solo's about to do a Samoan spike, and he's looking at Sam, and he says, come down here. And Sami comes down to the ring, and he tells Sami, hit him with another haluva kick. And he's got Reigns held right there, and Sami goes for the haluva kick, and he hits Solo with the haluva kick. And the crowd goes nuts. They're chanting Sami Uso, and they're all into it. and Jimmy and Jay get back in the ring after Sami and Roman have a moment of staring each other down, and the Usos do their ones to the sky. And Sami slowly does his one to the sky. He's looking right at Reigns while doing this. And Reigns eventually puts his finger up to the sky, and we have all four of them in the ring together once again, doing the Bloodline, taunt. No Paul Heyman yet, but it was awesome seeing these four back together. I hope I explained it pretty well. I probably missed a few parts, but that's pretty much how SmackDown went tonight. I thought it was a very good show. I thought they were honestly going to carry this out a little bit longer with the Bloodline segments, but I mean, we're really not that far off of Survivor Series War Games, so this is what we're going to get, and I'm excited for it. I love the build up to the story. I think it's been really well done, and we'll just have to see how they keep building this up over the next few weeks. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe for more wrestling content. Peace.